My name is Trippyville. I was born and raised here in Orlando, Florida, so I am a native. I have been creating on a serious note, I want to say between 2015 to 2016. The piece I'm mostly proud of, and the one that did challenge my creativity the most, is actually this piece right here. This was the only acrylic piece in my last solo art show, which is majority of digital art show. So this piece actually took me almost a year and a change to create, and it's because I want to go for a different technique when it came to the abstract, if that makes sense. So I wanted to go for less strokes. Like for example, over here you could see some strokes around certain body parts, other you can't, because I was going for something a lot smoother and a lot more fine art looking. As far as the art prophecy in the new world, people who are very powerful in the new movement of art, not only just how many mediums they can take on, but how far they can actually push art forward. Now that doesn't mean in the range of just, you know, abstract paintings, digital art, etc. That could go as far as, you know, installations, you know, changing the perspective of one's idea. Also mind bending on a certain piece you're trying to articulate. But once you actually really connect with it, it's actually more advanced than people think. So that's basically a small little definition of an artistry in a new world. I think the more you dig deeper within yourself, it really shows within the art. And you could see that as far as, you know, what colors the people use, the techniques. I want to say even your attitude towards your art as well. If I'm having a creator's block or I'm trying to get some kind of frequency of creativity going, believe it or not, I actually rely on nature for that. Nature was already here when we were born. So if there's not anything that usually, you know, picks up your creativity or feeds the frequency at all, I always go back to nature because that's where everything started. So for example, I like to go to botanical gardens because at botanical gardens, you see all types of flowers, you see exotic plants, you even see some exotic animals as well. So a lot of that stuff kind of brings me down to earth and makes me realize, wow, even the smallest things, let's say if there's a raccoon eating for the day, you don't know what that raccoon had to go through just to get that one meal. So little things like that inspire me because it also kind of makes you feel how much you take for granted too, when there's a lot of things happening out here that people are doing so much for, and it could be something so little. So I always go back on nature and reflect, you know, how this could help me, you know, feed the frequency, if that makes sense. My favorite part when I'm working is feeling the frequency rise higher. For example, sometimes if it's there but I need to push it a little further, I actually rely on a lot of ambient concentration music on YouTube. So that helps me flow with paintings, especially because a lot of those sounds go up and down in frequency. And you'll see as you're painting, you know, you're actually moving towards the music, and it makes the process a lot less stressful. The best advice I've received from my art: keep expanding, keep experimenting, because what you create essentially today is for tomorrow. 3D has allowed me to expand exponentially because not only were you're taking the two-dimensional world to the next level. For example, if you want to make a theme park, now that you're experimenting in the 3D world, you can actually see dimensions before you can lay down like a whole pipeline system. It's actually really incredible, and it's actually seeing a glimpse of the future. So my favorite medium right now that I'm trying to push through the door right now is the digital art. It gets the best reaction. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the effects. I don't know if it's the way the objects are cropped. I just get the best reaction. So I make art for myself, but I also make art for people too. So whichever medium I get the best feedback for is what I like to put my energy more towards. Advice for people getting into the digital art world: first of all, don't be afraid. Each and every single one of us are challenged with our own insecurities at the end of the day. So first of all, you even having the idea of trying it is great. That's the first, that itself, it starts with a thought, and if that's your first initial thought, you're already doing great. You got to be patient too, because you know, there's a lot of competition out there, but you just have to focus on making your craft the most unique. I just relaunched my website, so you could find a lot of my stuff on trippyville.com. You could also go on Twitter and Instagram. The Instagram is @Trippyville. It's the same thing as the website. The Twitter is @_Trippyville_. So that's how you'll be able to find me. And
yeah, that's where you will see all the new stuff coming out.